Until Lindsay starts talking, my hands are tied.
How about getting a leash for John?
Hey, I don't get in my chief detective's way when he's doing his job.
Is this the job you had in mind? He's about to charge a third separate subject for the same murder. And this one didn't
We don't know what this one did or didn't do.
Bo, you can't think that Lindsay... What?
You know something? You've been involved in this case since day one. You're into it, right up to your ears. You and Michael both. So is that what you're trying to hide? Lindsay's involvement?
No, what? I didn't even know she was... I don't think she is.
But you know something that relates to Spencer Truman's homicide, and you've been sitting on it. I've been looking the other way, Balsa, because you're a good kid and because we already had a suspect for that murder. We thought we had the person. That's all up in smoke right now. You want me to do everything I can to help our friend? I'm doing it. You know what you have to do? You have to step up. And you have to tell me what you've been hiding.
You know, we can go back and forth on this all day. You're still on deck for a capital murder.
You don't know what you're gonna do you?
So when did you find out Tommy was Manning's son?
I'm right, aren't I?
Does Marcy know?
Marcy doesn't know anything. She thinks the boy she raised since he was practically born is gonna be her son for the rest of her life.
Was Truman gonna tell Manning about Tommy?
Do you know that she's already been looking into preschools?
Is that why you killed him?
Do you know that she thinks that her son is gonna grow up, get married, have children, and make her a grandmother?
You can make this easy on yourself if you just confess.
You already know the truth. Isn't that what you said?
I need the timeline from when you found out who Tommy really was.
Well, isn't that funny? Because I'd kind of like to know the same thing. Because clearly you've known about this long enough to pick up the phone and call Todd, but you couldn't. Tommy's family. And you're gonna leave that little boy right where he is.
Tell me something good.
A lot's happening. We have a new suspect that's being interrogated. And you could be going home soon.
And this isn't some kind of late April Fool's Day joke.
It's not a done deal. There's a lot of things still in motion, but I think you're going to be free soon.
Do I know the suspect?
Yeah, Lindsay Rappaport. Can you believe it? I mean, I'm still sort of gathering and catching up with all the evidence. John arrested her about an hour ago, but you know, this is where you're supposed to turn around and say, Lindsay Rappaport, wow, that's impossible.
Oh, it's possible, all right.
Okay. I think you need to tell me what you know.
Wait, back up. Someone else was arrested for murdering Spencer?
Not just someone else, a very good friend of mine, Lindsay Rappaport, and I mean the indignity of it. I mean, the woman was carted away in the middle of an important ceremony in front of everyone, media. I think photographs.
Okay, what about my mom?
Yeah. Oh. I don't think she was even mentioned. The primary focus was Lindsay.
Okay, so that means she's gonna be set free, right?
Yeah, it has to.
No, I don't think that's necessarily the case.
Can two people be charged for the same crime?
Well, unfortunately, I think that's what's happening right now.
Okay, I'm gonna call John.
Why bother? Right now, John is probably interrogating his new pet, suspect. Come on. How the man keeps his job, I have no idea.
See, my mom is innocent. All right, he knew it and I knew it, and he said he was gonna do everything to fix it, and he did.
Oh, God.
You were right, my mom's coming home.
I'm right, aren't I? Why haven't you gone with the truth to Marcy or Todd? Why didn't you call Child Services? Why else would Tommy still be with Marcy and Michael?
It's only gonna make things harder on Tommy in the end.
All you've got is a pocket full of speculation. You can't prove anything, and I'm not talking.
I don't need you to talk to make a case. The truth will come out, it always does. In the meantime, Michael and Marcy are going to know why you did this. They won't be able to move past it.
They're not going to be able
unless they know what
move
happened.
past it. Are you kidding me? You take away the only child they'll ever have, they're not going to be able to move on.
You know what I think? I think you've been carrying this around for months. I think it's eating you up. I've seen it in your eyes. I can see it right now.
And telling you it's going to ease my pain, is that it?
I'll make sure this comes out right. I promise. But to do that, I need to have the facts. From the time you learned who Tommy really is.
It doesn't matter. Because I'm going to take that secret to my grave with me.
Is it okay if I take off?
What are you still doing here?
Go. Wait a minute. Are you going down to the police station at this hour?
Yeah, well, I want to be there when my mom's released. And, I mean, of course she's going to need a ride. And Nora and I changed the locks at the apartment, so Miles wouldn't get in, so we're going to...
You don't want your mom to be locked out when
yeah.
she gets there.
It's very nice of you to be so considerate of your mother, but really, don't you think Lieutenant McBain would let you know if there was some change?
None of that matters right now, Aunt Dorian. His mom could be free.
Of course, and it's really important to keep a positive attitude, so you go right ahead. Sure, your showing up could very well, light a fire under those bureaucratic butts.
Well, you really think so?
Definitely.
Well, all right then.
Go!
Thank you so much for the good news. Okay.
I'm sorry about
There's
that.
nothing to be sorry about. You know, he's not such a bad kid after all.
I told him. If you're home, then where's my mom and dad?
Yeah, as soon as you can get here, they're already interrogating her. Okay. Well, the attorney's on his way.
Good.
Yeah.
That's really good. We should probably go. You know, because it looks like we've done pretty much everything.
No, Mike, I want to stay. I want to stay. I want to make sure that the lawyer gets here and that he meets with Lindsay and maybe he'll get her out tonight, sometime.
Yeah. You know, I just feel like that's just such a huge long shot,
Well, that might be true. But come on, Mike. I mean, Lindsay's gone out on a limb for us plenty of times. The least we can do is stick around, let her know that we believe in her, right? Unless you don't.
I'm going to do everything I can to help Lindsay. What are you going to do, Balsam?
I could, do some digging as a PI.
That's how you're going to play this? Lindsay's down there in a cell right now, accused of murder, and all you can say is, I'm going to do some digging?
What else can I do?
You can tell me the secret you've been keeping.
Believe me, there is nothing that I can say that will help Lindsay. But I will do anything to help her. This is Lindsay we're talking about. There's no way she could have killed... What could her motive possibly be?
Keep your secret. Tell me what happened when you went to see Truman.
Who says I went to see him?
You went to see him after you found out the truth about Tommy. You wanted to make sure he wasn't going to use that information to hurt Marcy. Come on, I've seen the two of you together. I know how you feel about Marcy. I know how you feel about Tommy.
I'd do anything for that little boy.
I know you would. Is that why you killed Truman?
John, let this go.
I can't. A murder's been committed.
I'm not asking you to let it go for me. I'm asking you to let it go for your family. Do what you have to do to me. I don't care. But leave your theory about my motive out of it.
For them?
Yes. Because if the truth comes out, it will destroy them. So I'm begging you, John, not to let this out. I'm not going to say anything. So if you're going to destroy that family by telling them, then you're going to do that all by yourself.